We've always been told the same story. 4.5 billion years ago, there was a massive cloud of dust, rocks collided, gravity pulled everything together, and, presto, the Earth was born. But wait a second, is it really that simple? How did a cosmic accident transform into this massive system where billions of living beings exist in perfect harmony? How can consciousness emerge from the collision of lifeless, dry, and soulless rocks? Today, we are going to look into the massive gaps behind the certain answers modern science gives us. If you're ready, forget everything you know, because the birth of the Earth is much darker, much more complex, and far more mysterious than what you've been told. Let's return to that point in the dark and silent void where it all began. The formation process that modern science describes with rosy pictures was, in reality, the most violent, chaotic, and destructive war the universe has ever seen. 4.5 billion years ago, the very ground we walk on today was nothing more than a molten hell at thousands of degrees. So, how did that force, which the scientific world simplifies by just calling it gravity, manage to bring together billions of tons of massive rock masses to form a perfect sphere? Imagine trillions of meteors, each the size of a city, drifting aimlessly in space. These massive piles of stone were colliding with each other at tens of thousands of kilometers per hour. Was it more likely that these collisions would create a home, or a total extinction that would turn everything into dust? Can the famous nebula hypothesis, taught in textbooks today, fully explain how order emerged from this gargantuan mess? Or are we just the winners of a 1 in a billion lottery? Let's travel back to the Earth's earliest days, to those times when the sky was a constant burning fire and the ground consisted of bubbling seas of lava. Back then, the Earth was more like an oven designed to destroy life than to harbor it. At this very point, an incredible event occurred, the giant impact. A Mars-sized celestial body called Theia struck our young Earth with a direct hit. Scientists say this collision formed the Moon. But there is a very critical question we must ask here. If this collision had occurred just 1 degree steeper or 1 degree flatter, would there be a place called Earth today? How logical is it for such a precise balance to be born from a completely random collision? As the Earth slowly cooled, another impossibility emerged. Water. It is physically impossible for water to remain on a molten ball of lava. So, where did that massive body of water, the source of life that fills our oceans today, come from? It's easy to say meteors carried it. But for a bombardment lasting millions of years to fill a planet with just enough water for life to flourish, is this just a coincidence or a pre-planned preparation? Those massive chunks of rock covered in ice washed the Earth for billions of years, as if they had received a command from somewhere. The result? A deep blue planet. But what was inside this water? Was it just H_2 tho, or was it life itself? As our planet cooled down, something began to stir within those solid rocks. Lifeless matter, atoms, and molecules. How did these structures, which possess no consciousness, come together to form the first self-replicating cell? How can humanity, which cannot create life from non-life even in the most advanced laboratories, be so certain that this happened on its own in a pool of primordial sludge 4 billion years ago? In this story that began with the collision of rocks, the emergence of consciousness and the soul remains a dark room that science has yet to illuminate. Can the way molecules unite, decide to survive, and begin to evolve be explained by a simple chemical reaction? Now, let's go even deeper. The Earth's magnetic field, the layers of the atmosphere, that millimeter-precise distance from the Sun. It's as if everything was crafted with delicate adjustments. If the Earth were just a bit closer to the Sun, we would be scorched. A bit further, and we would freeze. If the oxygen levels in our atmosphere were slightly lower, we would suffocate. Slightly higher, and the smaller spark would set the entire planet ablaze. Is even the presence of a massive neighbor like Jupiter a coincidence? By using its immense gravity to pull in thousands of meteors headed for Earth like a vacuum cleaner, isn't Jupiter acting as a shield protecting us? Is it a scientific reality that all these coincidences occurred at the same time on the same planet? Or is it a curtain hiding a much greater truth? Can a world be created simply by the collision of rocks? Or was there a life code hidden within those rocks that we have yet to decode? If everything is a coincidence, why haven't we found a single trace of life on the billions of other planets in the rest of the universe? Why are we the only shining speck in this vast, dark void? Science may be telling us how it happened, but the question of why remains unanswered. In this journey from a cloud of dust to humanity, every step seems more impossible than the last. Perhaps the Earth is not just a piece of rock, but a cosmic laboratory that has been operating for billions of years, with every part finely tuned, and we are the most curious products of that laboratory. So, is there an answer to all these questions we've asked? How does the scientific world explain this chain of seemingly impossible coincidences? Let's shed some light into that dark room. First, let's look at how those massive rocks joined together. What allowed rocks in space to merge, instead of shattering upon impact, wasn't just gravity, it was also static, electricity and gas pressure. Dust particles clung to each other like magnets and eventually grew large, enough to create their own gravity. This was one of the universe's greatest construction projects, the process of accretion. And what about that famous water? Science tells us the source of our oceans wasn't just meteors, hydrogen and oxygen atoms, trapped inside rocks deep within the Earth, were released to the surface through volcanic eruptions. In other words, water didn't just come from the outside. It's as if our planet was designed with a life-giving essence from birth. Now, to the hardest question, the beginning of life. While the transition from lifeless rocks to living cells remains science's greatest secret, research shows that hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor acted like massive chemical laboratories. The extreme heat and rich minerals there might be where lifeless atoms first began to behave like living entities. Is this a coincidence or a rule inherent in the nature of the universe? Jupiter's protection and our millimeter-precise distance from the Sun are known in science as the Goldilocks zone. In other words, not too hot, not too cold, just right. If we are here, it's because the universe realized this incredibly low probability at least once. We are the children of that single, successful outcome, following billions of failed attempts. On this journey, we've seen that Earth is not just a pile of stones, but a massive machine where every second and every atom is interconnected. Perhaps life is not an error of the rocks, but the ultimate purpose of the universe. Yes, today we discussed how our Earth was born, and this was just the beginning. As you know, it's difficult to fit such a massive topic into a single video, so this was only the first part. If you're curious about the second part of this series, just let us know in the comments. Since our channel is new, you can help us reach a larger audience and grow by subscribing, liking, and sharing our content. If this video reaches 1,500 likes and we hit 500 subscribers, we will continue this series and always bring you the clear, scientific facts about any topic you want to know. Please support us so we can grow this channel together. See you in the next video. Goodbye.